It's not uncommon that we have different views on issues, but that's also what creates discussion and debate and change. So it's natural. We don't have to follow what the party says.
皆様ごきげんよう、高松菜奈です。皆さんスウェーデンのユース党をご存知でしょうか。日本でも自民党青年局や立憲民主党青年局など政党の青年部があります。ですが政党の若者向けの広報機関だったりとなかなか青年部が大きな影響力を持つことは少ないです。スウェーデンでは政党とユース党がですね、考え方が違うこともありまして、若者の声を反映するためにユース党はさまざまなキャンペーンをしています。今回は私スウェーデンに行きまして、社会民主党のユース党のスタッフに取材しました。ちなみに社会民主党は主に労働者や弱者からの支持を集めており、スウェーデンで一番議席が多い政党です。社民党のユース党は普段どのような活動をしているのか、どうして強い影響力を持っているのかに迫りました。どうぞご覧ください。
So my name is Lisa Enquist and I'm head of staff at SSU and I'm 31 years old.
My name is Hubert Assis. I'm the head of communications at SSU and the election leader, and I'm 31 years old.
So our main method of or recruiting members is to be where our target group is, which often means that we're campaigning at or close to schools. A smaller share of our members become members by their own initiative, for example after reading about us on our website or in the news or on our social platforms. And our work on the social platforms also aim to make us more recognizable, so that when we visit schools they can think, oh, I've seen them on TikTok, I recognize them. And one of the most important reasons why we think people want to join SSU is, of course, to make a stand against racism, inequality, and for freedom, equality, and solidarity. But also, we have fun together. Politics are, of course, serious business, but through our methods, we make it fun. The activities we organize and the friends you get through SSU, I think that's one of the reasons why people stay in our organization. When we're at schools, we usually stand like in a hallway, maybe outside the, what's it called? The food cafeteria or something. And we talk to the young people when they're on breaks, and we talk to them about politics. We ask, for example, what do you think about this issue? What are you against or for this? And then we tell them about SSU and ask if they want to join us. But this issue with we are also not allowed in every school, and this is a big problem for SSU and for all the young political organizations actually. So we're not guaranteed to be there, and this is something that we're talking a lot about also together with other political youth organizations. Yeah, but if we aren't in the school, we usually stand outside the school because it's their democratic right, of course, to be able to talk about politics. So we think the political interest of this youth generation is big, but the interest to engage in party politics is in general lower. It's more common to want to show your stand through, for example, social media or in separate issues. But one of SSU's biggest tasks is to, of course, motivate this youth generation to get politically engaged, to show them that it's not enough sharing on social media. And an important part of this is to educate and inform young people about societal issues and their role in solving these issues. And we need political change to make that happen, and for that to happen we need them to get engaged. But also we need to do all this in a way that attracts young people. That's why it's important for us to have fun and to be fun and to let people know that through SSU you not only get the opportunity to affect society, you also get to have fun and make new friends while doing it.
It's also important that we adapt to the new lifestyles of young people and their expectations. So now when you can do most of your daily tasks digitally, we need to think about how can we make it easy to be engaged in politics. So like if you're studying a lot, you have a job, maybe it's hard to go to meetings every week to say what your opinion is. So we're trying to make digital tools so that our members can vote digitally and make their say what they think about stuff, and also find activities online easier. We have been very analog, but now we also need to be digital in how we function.
日本だと青年部って広報部隊になっていることが多いんですけども、それはどのくらい独立した機関であるのか、政党と考えが違ったりするときに、戦ったりしたりとか、そういうこともしてるのか。
We're an independent organization. We have our own statutes, our own members, but of course we have close relationship to the party. But we are separate organizations. Well, SSU's main task is of course to represent our members. So it's not uncommon that we have different views on issues. But that's also what creates discussion and debate and change. So it's natural. We don't have to follow what the party says. Other parties also need to understand and respect that young people are just as capable of reasoning and reflecting about society as the older people in the party, and that you need our perspectives in order to make good decisions and to improve policy.
One thing that makes it possible for us to be autonomous is our own economy. We have our own funding, and also how many members we have. If we have very few members, then they don't have to listen to us. No. But if we have many members, then we have more self-esteem and we can make our point, and they will be more susceptible to listen.
Young people need to feel hope of a better future, and that's the biggest task of the political parties. And also they need to think that they have an ability to affect their future. So I think that if they don't feel that, then they don't feel an incentive to vote. I think that's very important to make young people feel that their opinions are valued and that there is a possibility for a change. Yeah.
In Sweden, people vote in general. Almost 90% vote. So it's a very strong tradition, and we have a high trust in the system in Sweden. We don't think there's a lot of corruption. We think that the parties do what they say mostly. You don't trust the parties you don't vote for, but the party you vote for, you trust that they will do what they say. So also in Sweden, we haven't had any wars. We didn't have a revolution. We got democracy through negotiation. So it's also a big part of our national identity that we're a democracy, we vote, and if we don't vote, maybe we will get the problems that other countries have.
最後までご覧いただきありがとうございました。ぜひチャンネル登録、高評価お願いいたします。それではまたごきげんよう。